Whether you're a large multinational brand with tons of locations or you're a single location business, the world of local SEO is evolving fast and you need to keep up. Not to brag, but we've won tons of SEO awards, including in local SEO and in some of the world's most competitive markets. So today we're going to be breaking down exactly how to do future-proof local SEO. And the future-proof bit is pretty important. All right, so we're going to break this down into things that you can do in your Google business profile page, but also things that you can do on your website and off your page as well. Before we get into any of the tactics though, we need to start by talking about the impact of AI. At the time of recording this video, Google is only using AI overviews for local search in limited areas. For example, I've just searched here, what are the best family days out for London for under fives? And I've got an AI overview. Now this is a kind of local result. We've got these listings here, and these are basically the listings that are being shared in the AI overviews. But for most local searches, for example, best dentist in Leeds, we don't have an AI overview. We've just got the map pack. We expect that this will change at some point, because when Google was testing AI overviews in beta, when it was still called Search Generative Experience, it did show AI overviews for local results. Now the crossover between those AI overviews local results and the map pack listings was 100%, right? The AI overviews were basically just showing the map pack results. So it's going to be really important that we continue to optimize for Google business pages, because it's likely that they're going to form the basis of any AI overviews local results in the future. But when it comes to other types of search like ChatGPT or Perplexity, those search engines don't have access to the Google business page in the same way that Google does. So for those engines, it's all about making sure that your brand is being featured across the internet, making sure that all of your locations are being mentioned in different places, like in directories, on your website, on trade publications, and so on. Luckily, everything we're going to cover today in the video optimizes for that future as well as the situation today. Okay, the first place that we're going to start with local SEO is the Google business page, or the GBP. Now, most businesses that have local presence have a Google business page already, but they're not always using it to its full extent. For example, this one here from MCS Cleaning and Maintenance, which is a client of ours, you can see that they're using this page as a lead generator as well. For example, they've got these different products here, which we can scroll through. They offer carpet cleaning, jet washing, professional cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, upholstery cleaning. Of course, this is really useful for potential customers that see this listing and wonder if they offer those services. But it's also really useful to show Google that you do offer those services. Remember, we're always thinking about a future where AI overviews are going to be pulling from these listings, so we want to make them as complete as possible. Going back to the rest of the page, you can see that this business has included photos, they've got reviews, they've got all of the basic information stuff that you absolutely need. We've got some more reviews being pulled down here. Then we've got a description. We've got all the social profiles linked on. We've also got some updates, which are a great way of adding a bit more personality and behind the scenes to the business. And your Google business page is really fundamental to your local SEO game plan. One of the best ways of managing your Google business page is actually through Semrush, and they have this amazing product called Semrush Local. Now, we reached out to them to actually get them to sponsor this video, because in return for sponsoring this video, they've agreed to offer a free 14-day trial of their Semrush Pro service, which includes a license for Semrush Local. Now, I'm going to show you how this whole thing works, and you'll see that within 14 days, you can get a whole bunch of work done. So I really encourage you to check this out and set it up, because it's going to save you hours. Anyway, I'm going to go through the process here of setting up a business in Semrush Local so you can see how it works. This helps us optimize our Google business page, helps us respond to reviews, and really crucially, it helps us list and check our listings on multiple local directories, which we're going to come back to later. So I typed in the business here. It's a construction business that I've invested in, and the first thing it's going to do is give us a bit of an audit about how we're stacking up. Sad times, we have a bad online presence. One of the reasons for that is we actually just changed the name recently, so you can see that we got wrong business name, and you can see it's scanned through a whole bunch of local directories to see if the business is listed. If it's not listed on all of these directories, or if the business name, phone numbers, that type of thing are inconsistent, our Google business profile isn't going to be getting the most visibility it could in search results. We need to fix this. Now, we're going to come back to this tool when we talk about reviews, but before we go, the other thing I want to show you is the map rank tracker. So this shows you what your Google business profile visibility is like in different locations around your business. So it essentially essentially conducts loads of local searches and shows you where you're ranking in each of those local searches. And it does this around your business location. So it gives you this kind of map showing you that you're position 3 here, position 4 here, position 4 here. You can expand or contract this radius as you like, and you can add more keywords to your search as well. So it's really cool. I actually don't know any other way of tracking your local visibility with such granularity like this. Now, whether you're using Semrush Local or you're just going into your Google business page itself and doing this stuff directly, make sure that your listing is as complete as you possibly can. Google's always playing with and adding new features to Google Business Profile, so worth checking back every month or so to see if there's anything new that you might need to complete. Of course, one of the most visible aspects of a business's profile on Google is the review score, and local SEO is so dependent on reviews. We help businesses compete in some of the most competitive local markets in the world, and I can tell you, if you're in personal injury law in the US, the review game is super competitive. You need to be generating a consistent volume of good quality reviews if you're going to maximize your visibility on Google Business. But most companies just don't do this. They collect reviews as and when they come through. They don't put a consistent effort or a campaign in place to do this. One of our favorite ways to generate a lot of reviews from your customers in Google Business is actually to build review collection into your email automations. So once someone purchases from you, after a set period of time, you send them an email asking them for a review. If you don't know how to do this, we've got a guide on our website called Email Automation for Beginners. There's a link in the description, and it talks about loads of the different email automations that you might want to do, including review collection. Now, just as important as collecting reviews is responding to reviews as well. Luckily, Semrush actually has a tool where you can automatically reply to reviews. Now, it allows you to do this for 2 types of reviews: the positive reviews that are 4 and 5 stars, or the negative ones 1 to 3 star. Now, personally, I wouldn't suggest auto responding to 1 and 3 star reviews. I think you want to go and talk to these people, or find out what their issue is, or handle them a bit more sensitively than just having AI talk to them. But if that's your thing, that's your thing. Even outside the confines of local SEO, reviews are an incredible marketing asset. Notice here how supplement company Heights has a separate Instagram story category called reviews, where they showcase their best reviews. This does a couple of things. Firstly, yes, it shows everyone that you're getting some great reviews. But secondly, it also shows your audience that you are used to collecting reviews, i.e., loads of our customers give us a review. Loads of them do. Loads of customers give us a review. Speaking of reviews, if you want a free website and marketing review and you want the team at Exposure Ninja to take a look at your local SEO visibility and show you some ways to improve it, you can request a free website and marketing review from the team here at exposureninja.com. All you need to do is go to exposureninja.com/review. We'll have a look at your entire website, your local visibility, your national visibility. We'll also have a look at your paid ads, whether it's on search or social. We'll have a look at your competitors. We'll map all of this into a prioritized action plan, which we send to you via video, usually within 2 to 3 working days. This service is completely free of charge, but not everyone is eligible, so you do need to apply for it at exposureninja.com/review. Okay, let's talk multi-location SEO. So what do you do if you've got loads of different locations? Well, you basically go through the same process that we've already gone through, but for each of your different locations. So they all need their own Google business page. They all need their own directory listings. Yes, this is a pain. That's why tools like Semrush Local or agencies like Exposure Ninja can be really helpful to help you manage this huge volume of work that is required across a multi-location business. Tim, do we need a Google business page for every single location? No, you don't. Only the ones that you want to actually rank in local searches. So what about your website? How does that feed into your local SEO strategy? Well, if you've got multiple locations and competition is pretty fierce in those locations, you'll sometimes want to have separate pages on your website targeting each location. Let's take a look at how private hospital group Spire does this. So they've got a Nottingham hospital page on their site, and they've also got a Leicester hospital page on their site. Now, on the surface, these pages look pretty similar. You might say, wow, these are like completely identical. They're not quite identical though, because actually they've got separate reviews, they've got separate phone numbers, and they've got separate headings. Customers in Nottingham love Nottingham. Customers in Nottingham don't love Leicester, so they're not going to be going to Leicester if they need a hospital appointment, and vice versa. Steve Cook, you traitor. Of course, these pages also back up the name, address, and phone number of the local listing, so they have the details about how to find each of these hospitals, which are going to be consistent with their Google business pages. Of course, the page titles are optimized for private hospital in Leicester or private hospital in Nottingham, as are the meta descriptions, which are the bits of text that Google tends to show in the search results. All of this telling Google that this business has a location in this area. Of course, these are really useful for pay-per-click as well, because if you're driving local pay-per-click traffic to a general page which doesn't have any information about the location, that traffic is not going to perform as well as if you're driving local Nottingham traffic to a Nottingham page which talks all about Nottingham. So here's a sort of mini local SEO strategy for you using local directories. Link building is a really important component of any SEO strategy, and for local SEO there's a sort of variation of link building, which is citation building. So this is when Google looks into the internet and sees how many times your name, address, and phone number are mentioned on different websites. This is the sort of local equivalent of a link, and it can help boost the visibility of your local business page in local search results. Now, to be honest, it's fairly unlikely that the sort of local directories that you're going to find to list on are the sort of directories that lots of people are going to find your business on. These are basically ways of getting your business mentioned around the internet. There's not a huge number of people actually using these directories anymore. But having your listings on these directories helps reinforce to Google that you're a popular business. So it's a really good thing to do. The downside is that listing your business in loads of local directories is super boring. Luckily, the Semrush local thing I was showing you actually has a way of doing this en masse automatically. Let me just show you. So you got your business details set up in Semrush local, and you may have signed up for the free trial at exposure.ninja/local. Now you can choose your business categories. You can edit these. So on Google, I've got installation contractor, heating equipment supply, and solar energy equipment supply. I'm actually going to use those categories for other business directories as well. Once you're happy with all of this, you're happy with the description, you're happy with the hours, you'll see that there is a button at the bottom here that says distribute business info. What it's going to do is Semrush is going to take that business listing information and propagate it to loads of different online directories. As you're setting up your profile on Semrush local, you'll also have the opportunity to track your rankings in various locations on Google Maps. This is pretty cool. It essentially allows you to set a radius around your business, and Semrush local will then go and search different keywords in loads of different regions around your business and show you where you rank in them. Now, this directory listing takes a little while to roll out, but it's all done automatically, so you don't need to do anything. This data is just fed to the local directories, and Semrush will then give you an indication of how complete those listings are and when they are done. The next strategy is a combined content and hyper-local SEO strategy. It's all about focusing on very local keywords and search terms. Now, Jess, who does a lot of planning for these videos, thought this would be a great time to let you know that there's 250 names for woodlouse in the UK alone, and loads of these are regional. Tim, what? Yes, the point is that people have local terminology for things in different areas. Now, for many businesses, the terminology won't vary significantly from one location to another, but sometimes you will get important regional differences. We absolutely love working with law firms in the US, and one of our law firms in the US, who by the way is ranking top of local for car accident lawyer San Antonio, Patino Law Firm, we've been using this type of hyper-local strategy to reference different towns and suburbs in a location. Now, personal injury law is a competitive marketing market anywhere in the world, but in the US in particular, and in Texas, it is brutal. So whilst loads of our competitors were just churning out bland AI sounding content, we decided to take an alternative approach where we targeted hyper-local search terms. As well as targeting the locations that our potential clients lived, we also decided to target the locations around where they were likely to work, because this might be where they're searching from during the day. We set up separate SEO landing pages for each of these locations. And by talking about the location specifically, it shows the potential lead that we are where they are. Our development team has also worked on more advanced content like this personal injury calculator that helps people work out how much compensation they might be due, or this quiz to see if their case might be covered by this statute of limitations. Now, we used free publicly available data to do these things, but by making these interactive calculators, we keep people on the site longer, and we also pick up some links from other businesses and other websites linking through to these assets. Now, of course, most businesses have a limited marketing capacity, so you have to be thoughtful about how wide an area you're casting and how granular you're going with your hyper-local targeting. We'll often look at population density. For example, we've had local healthcare clients where they know that their customers aren't going to travel more than a certain distance away. So we know that we need to break down their local area into segments to get the right number of customers. Or sometimes we'll look at demographic information. For example, if our client knows that they've got a higher average order value from people in certain areas, then we can go and do a campaign there. Maybe they're targeting affluent people, so there's some house price data that we can look at to know exactly where to target our local SEO and content campaigns. And as with the law example, don't forget that you need to target not just where people live, but also where they spend their time. So if there's lots of people that commute into a certain city for work, you might want to run local SEO campaigns to that city as well, because that's where people spend their time in the day or while they're commuting on the way to work. Of course, you really can't beat just talking to your customers to get this sort of insight. If you talk to enough customers, or you speak to your sales team who talk to enough customers, you can really start to build some pictures about where you need to be running your local SEO campaigns and the particular areas that you want to be targeting. And then of course you can throw all of that data back into Semrush Local in the map rank tracker to see what your visibility is like in those areas. So there you have it, a comprehensive set of local SEO strategies which you can bundle together and turn into a bit of a plan. Of course, if you want any help with any of this, then the team here at Exposure Ninja do this all day, every day, and we can help boost your local visibility through search and paid channels as well. If you're looking for more local SEO inspiration, then check out this video which shows you how we helped a local medical clinic go from 3 to 8 locations using these strategies. And don't forget to check out Semrush Local at exposure.ninja/local for a free 14-day trial. Until next time, see you soon.